What's up guys, welcome back. U4GR here, unforgiving, relentless. Thanks for checking out the video. And in this video I'll be updating the firmware on the Panasonic 25mm F1.7. I believe it's the Mark II and the camera is the G80 or the G85 if you're using that outside of the UK. Okay, let's turn on the camera. And the first thing we need to do is find out the current firmware version that we are currently using on our body and our lens. So if we hit the menu button and we go into this menu, the one with the spanner, and it is option 4 of 6. It is version display. As you can see, the current firmware body that I'm using is 1.3 and the lens on the Panasonic 25mm F1.7 is 1.0. This is the current firmware right now. The new firmware we will update to is 1.1. This is supposed to have improved autofocus, so let's go ahead and do that. First thing we need is our SD card. So just get a blank SD card and we have to format this in camera. So now that you've got your SD card in the camera, we need to format it in the camera first. So again in the settings menu, we're in option 6, in menu 6 of 6, where it says format. Delete all data, make sure you've got nothing on it, as you will be wiping this card. So click yes, go ahead. Okay, once that's done, we have to remove the SD card and put it into our PC, where we will download the firmware from the Panasonic website. Okay, we will now go onto the Panasonic website and download the correct firmware that we need for the Panasonic 25mm F1.7. So let's go and head over there. If we click support, cameras and camcorders, firmware updates, digital camera Lumix, and we need downloads. So this section is the body here. I'm using the G80. So there's no new version for the body. So we are interested in the 25mm F1.7. So we have to look for the model number. It's H-H025. And you can see it says new. The last update was in May, on the 10th of May 2018. So click firmware update services. Camera body and the camera lenses. It's this one that we need, H-H025. So we accept the licenses. Again, we go down to the lens that we need, which is this lens, version 1.1. Click here, download. And I'm using a Windows PC, so I will be downloading this file. If you're using Mac, download this one. So hit download. Once it's downloaded, you can go to the folder that it's downloaded to. You have to extract this to the SD card that you formatted on your camera body. So it extracts a file, but this time we'll choose our SD card. And now we will go and check the SD card. It's a .lin file. So now we will eject the SD card from the PC and bring it back to the camera. So now we've got the SD card with the firmware on the card. So we're going to put it back into the camera. And now once you've inserted your card, I usually keep everything in the manual position. Okay, before you start the firmware update, please make sure you have a full battery charge, because if you do not have a full battery charge, the camera does not allow you to proceed. Now that you have your camera battery charged, put your SD card into the camera and then we will hit the play button. So see, you get the start version up. We'll click yes, and you can see version is going up to 1.1, and this is for the lens. We'll hit yes. So do not operate any of the buttons on the camera. Version is up, ongoing. Okay, and that should be done. Your firmware should be updated now, so we will check on we will go back in the settings menu, the setup menu, back to menu 4 of 6, version display. So we hit that, body firmware 1.13 and lens firmware 1.1. So there you have it, guys. Thanks for watching how to firmware on your Panasonic 25mm F1.7, and I will probably do a separate video of comparing the differences if there's been any improvement. So check out the channel. Hopefully I'll have some comparison videos with the firmware 1.0 autofocus and the new updated version 1.1 firmware, and we'll see if there's any improvements, and hopefully there should be some improvement. Thanks for checking out the video.